All right, we're gonna do something tricky here. We're just gonna play something, okay? The air grows cooler to the skin. The elders strike the stones to light the fire. Fire, our faces warm. Our children are safe from the creatures of the night. Mandu is what they call me. I'm speaker of the people who live by the great river. My father was our speaker, as was his father before him. It is we who tell our young, lest we forget the fire. Fire. Our faces are warm, our children are safe from the creatures of the night. All the peoples round the fire lift the stones of the earth, feeds upon the bushes and the trees, but not alive, know how or why. Always suspend our meat upon great sticks. We call it that the sound that we hear. The fats they drip on flames and send forth great swirls of fragrance. The flames they cook. We feast tonight. Dance, go ahead and dance. Children dance, dance around the fire. There will be darkness, fear and cold. We must remember, lest we forget no more. Cuckoo, without the fire. Fire, our faces are warm. Our children are safe from the creatures of the night. All the people around the fire lives with the stones of the earth, feeds upon the bushes and the trees, but not alive, know how or why. Yeah, I must say, dance, go ahead, dance, children, dance, dance around the fire. All the people around the fire, our faces are warm, our children are safe from the creatures of the night. All the people around the fire I'll say. You see, I pushed the button and it wasn't right there. I had to figure out another way to do it.
I don't have buttons, see?
Yeah.
It's easy.
Now, we did what we just did very intentionally. There's nothing more different than what your experience of the harmonica is and what your expectation is when the music is played in that song. The idea that Todd asked me to talk about is thinking about the harmonica in ways other than blues, country, and campfire. Now, there's a lot of reasons why it's not being done. Number one, producers aren't asking for it. You know, if they're not asking for it, then we're not being put on those records. There was a song, What's Love Got to Do with It? Tina Turner? Mm-hmm. Yeah. In the 80s, if you guys ever heard that song, it was a D10. It was a Roland D10 patch that really kind of had kind of a harmonica sound. Now, I could have played that part. It would have been great. And it would have been, you know, the beginning of 2 decades of harmonica being part of popular music, but nobody asked me, or there wasn't anybody at the time to do it. So, you guys have heard of Rob Paparazzi. A lot of you have probably, right? Yeah. Rob's a good friend of mine. He makes his living in a recording studio in New York. And we're having a conversation, and you know, that was his question: what is it going to take, you know, to get producers to call me on stuff? Because I mean, it's math, you know. If producers are thinking, you know, that you know, you get you know, just country or campfire kind of stuff, or blues kind of stuff. You know, that's a small percentage of what goes through those places. And, you know, you can't get your percentage, you know, you write the percentage of calls and stuff if they're not thinking about it. And I thought about that a lot. We've had this conversation through the years, and my answer is to write. My answer is to write songs. And it's been a journey for me, and I'm going to go back to what I started talking about with you guys before. It's not as simple as writing a song and going to the recording studio. You go to the recording studio, and the engineer puts an SM57 in front of you and says, "Man, I got this great harmonica EQ." Harmonica is a 4-inch long instrument, and you put any guitar, and again, you're looking at one of the, for my money, I'd say the finest recording engineer in the world right now for harmonica. We'll talk about why. I'll give you my non-technical understanding of it, but what led me to finding this kind of relationship is you walk into a studio and the engineer, all his references on harmonica is either Little Walter, Paul Butterfield, or Dylan. You know, now, if you want to sound like Dylan, you know, whatever that is, you know. And, you know, believe me, I'm not here throwing shade at anybody for any reason. It's just, that's not how I want to sound. The point being is that they don't see the harmonica as the same as they would approach a drum, a bass drum. I mean, first two things that, if you're in a recording session, they're going to do is they're going to set up the drums. And some of them are going to take 4 hours to set up the drums, you know. Why? Because it's really important. And why is it really important? Because if you just play the drums dry, it sounds like crap. If you're going to make a recording, you got to understand it's not reality, you know. And you know, on TV, you know, when you act on TV, they got all this makeup and stuff on, right? You know, you have to make adjustments for the medium. You have to understand what it is, and you have to believe it, and you have to embrace it. And that was the first obstacle. Forget about writing the songs. I'll get into that a little bit, and we're going to revisit what I just did here. But I wanted to start with that because there's nothing more out of context. And you didn't hear all the parts. You know, it's the first time we played that together, whatever.
Basically.
Yeah, like that. I mean, we play we've played in bands and doing things together. We've never sat down with a guitar and a harmonica and played that song. You know, reggae, producing that kind of music is, there's a whole system that you have to do. But the point being, when you go into a recording studio with your 4-inch instrument and they put an SM57 fine microphone in front of your face with no EQ and no effects, no delay, nothing to integrate you into the music, you're not going to sound good. You're not going to be integrated into the music. And if you don't sound good, then who's out there hearing it going, man, I want that on my record?
You don't bring your own microphone?
It doesn't matter the microphone. What matters is the engineer. It matters how they process it, how they integrate it into the stuff. There's a line with harmonica where you're either hearing the colors of it and it naturally exists in this beautiful thing that we know, or it sounds like just cardboard, doesn't sound like anything. That's kind of the staging point for a lot of things I want to talk to you about, because whatever question you ask, the question that you got to ask before that is why and how. And you'll see that the whys and hows are what the problems are. And you know, and it's a process. The issue in modern music, and Jason's not only a recording engineer, producer, songwriter. He's worked in LA, he's been in the studio with Stevie Wonder, Alicia Keys, Maroon 5, worked for Dr. Dre. You can't just step up to a microphone in a recording studio and have it sound right. People love to hear blues on a harmonica and love the tongue blocking technique and all of the full stuff that you can get from it, because it's the best the instrument sounds in the context that it's heard in. Harmonica gives people that, you know, are cut out of the music world a pathway to being part of it. And it's a really powerful thing, guys. If you're playing with other people and you're not playing blues changes, when you're playing the blues, everything has a certain shape to it, you know. Right? It's all right there. There's a shape to that. If you're interested in other kinds of music, and if you want to, as a musician, have opportunities to play in other kinds of music, you'll find that that when you play on stuff with your harmonica, you're basically making it sound like blues. And guys that are sophisticated musicians or commercial artists, they hear that, and that's not what they want for that.